Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A big warm and welcome. And for the last time in this 2023 Lone Star Conference MPSL campaign, I welcome you to the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex, the home of your favorite team from the 956, your Laredo Heat Soccer Club. We'll be back in a moment as we honor the many men and women serving our wonderful nation around the world with the playing of the national anthem. gentlemen, welcome to Laredo, Texas, the scene of tonight's battle. Corinthians FC of San Antonio comes into the 956 looking to push their momentum into the postseason. The Laredo Heat looking from the outside in a very unfamiliar territory. You could call it a shark on land for your favorite team from the 956 looking to play into the postseason. Very unfamiliar waters here for the Laredo Heat, but the waters they find themselves sailing on regardless. So the good sailorman once said, let's get rowing. Folks, the Heat face off against the Corinthians, both looking for postseason contention. And today is going to be a good one. It's the last home game of the regular season for the 2023 campaign, and I'll open up by saying thank you for tuning into all of the games thus far. We appreciate your support, and we appreciate you tuning into the streams, joining on the chat, and of course participating with us as the game progresses. My name is Rodrigo Marina, y les doy la bienvenida con mucho cariño y todo mi amor, con todos los brazos abiertos, con los dos, pero ampliamente abiertos. Les doy la bienvenida a Laredo, Texas, el sede de la batalla del día de hoy. Corinthians FC de San Antonio busca robarse los 3 puntos en casa de su Laredo Heat aquí en el 956 en el TAMU Soccer Complex, la casa de su Laredo Heat. Por la última vez en esta campaña 2023 desde Laredo, Texas, les damos la bienvenida y obviamente las gracias por estar con nosotros. Y abriremos dándole las gracias por unirse a todas las transmisiones que hemos tenido en este 2023 en la campaña de verano de la NPSL en la conferencia de Lone Star. Gracias por unirse a las transmisiones, gracias por apoyar a su Heat, gracias por compartir y participar en los chats. Se les agradece mucho su presencia. Iniciamos, folks. We'll start with the starting lineup for the Laredo Heat. In goal, it's, man, from California, folks. 4th consecutive start for Aiden Haynes, defending the 3-post today. In the back line for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club, Adam Conway starts at left back, joined in by Jakob Schnitzler, Richard Bryan, and Kobe Pardon in the back line. In the midfield, El Capitao, Denny Cresto, number 14 from Kobe, Japan. It's Kenny San Unio. And up top for the Heat, folks, for this first start, Javi Mariona, player of the game for the Heat's match against Austin this past Sunday evening. Chris Golacci, the man from Milan. Golacci, the man who can't be stopped. And, of course, the leading goal scorer for the Laredo Heat, number 15, Bence Molnar. And, of course, the Sparrow, the Welsh Wizard from Cardiff, it's Jack Pascoe. We're moments away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a good match set up here tonight, folks. A battle, more than the 3 points. It's all the pride on the line. It's what football is all about, folks. For the last time in 2023 at the TAMU Soccer Complex. The most beautiful, poetic, unjust, and romantic sport in all of the lands as far as the eye can see begins again. 90 more minutes here at the TAMU Soccer Complex. Corinthians took the first game of this 2023 campaign from the Heat, folks, in San Antonio. And a 94th minute winner. The Heat, no chance to come back from it, ladies and gentlemen. But today's a new match. The revenge tour, and I quote head coach Johnny Clifford, begins today. The Laredo Heat in uncharted waters, folks, looking into the postseason. They need this result, and they need the result. As Golacci will put the Sparrow on the break here. Dangerous situation. Jack Pascoe, the Welsh Wizard, on the touch here. He'll string possession over. Trying to find Bence Molnar. Good recovery here by Corinthians as they get everybody behind the ball. And they'll clear this one out of bounds, out of play. And a chance for the Heat to get things back underway in the form of a throw-in. So Corinthians, folks, took the first game on the road in San Antonio. The Heat are looking for redemption here today. The Heat need the 3 points today, and they need Austin to get a result on Sunday against this same Corinthians side, folks, for hopes at the playoffs. That'll be the ticket into the Heat's playoff today and Sunday. The Heat have no activity on Sunday, folks. So it comes down to tonight's efforts and, of course, a little bit of luck, a little bit of fortune. The toss-up of the coin, folks, a coin flip is all the Heat need from Corinthians and Austin on Sunday, and the Heat can progress into the postseason play. Lubbock obviously already in, West Texas and Brownsville fighting for contention of their own here, ladies and gentlemen. But as of now, the Heat have one target in mind, one objective today, and that is defending home field. That is defeating Corinthians at home and putting themselves in a decent position to try to make the postseason on a result in which they have no cards in, folks. They will watch the poker match from the stands and let the players deal the cards. This one set across the middle channel. This time it's Kobe Pardon, the man from Dallas. He'll said, trying to unlock that half-space play over to El Capitao, the man from Brazil, over to Denny Cresto. And it's going to be a goal kick for Corinthians, folks. Interesting story as well. One of the Heat's assistant coaches, folks, Raul Yamon, was a part of the Corinthians side, I believe, in 2021. Today, he's part of the Heat's coaching staff and a wonderful addition to the Laredo Heat staff this year and the Laredo Heat project as well. Corinthians will try to send a long ball in, defended now by Jakob Schnitzler, and won the second ball over by Corinthians as Kenshin Unio will recover. Adam Conway will try to unlock Bence Molnar into the space, and Molnar with an opportunity. It's Bence, Bence is setting it across off the post, and a chance for the Heat to unlock the game early on in the first half of play. Less than 3 minutes in, getting it off the frame, off the woodwork, folks, and it's going to be the first corner kick and the first set piece for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. And we've seen them be effective in this situation before, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen them put good services into the box, and we've seen them create chaos from a stopped ball position. This is the first corner kick of the evening, brought to you by Rod's favorite combo at Taco Palenque. Pirata combo. This time it's going to be a set piece from the whiteboard. The Heat will deliver. This is off the foot of Denny Cresto, El Capitao. The Sparrow will try to get the ball back on the ground inside the box. It's time for Jakob Schnitzler to get the sombrero flick. He'll put it again onto his strong foot. And Corinthians are looking to break quickly and break effectively here on the defensive sector. Now is the Sparrow. Jack Pascal with an opportunity to delay the play, and nice high IQ soccer here by the Welshman as Corinthians will look to rotate once again onto the flank. Now the half space play. And Corinthians, folks, a very effective team. They don't create a lot of opportunities many times around in the same match, but when they do, they're a dangerous side. And the Heat having to defend here those opportunities now. Half space play by Corinthians will try to unlock the inner channel now, and doing so. And off the half volley, attempted, blocked out, and cleared by Denny Cresto, and over to the back line. Corinthians will control. We'll have a chance to rotate all the way to the keeper here. And once more, the rotation now for the away side. The Laredo Heat, folks, attacking from left to right on your monitor at home, wearing all red, and, well, I'd lie to you, it's not really all red. It's a combination of red exterior by the sleeves, folks, and then black on the inside. A touch here by Pardon. Haynes will have to put it into the air. Gravity will do its part. That ball comes back down. Corinthians at the halfway line getting a second opportunity now off the second chance ball here. Adam Conway will get it. The Irishman will look to spread over to Ben Smolder, and he'll look for the up back through with Javi Mariona, who's been impressive here at the Laredo Heat since he joined a couple of weeks ago. Mariona, coming from San Francisco over by the Bay Area, has I believe 3 goals, folks, in 2 games and an assist as well. So 4 goal contributions in 2 games is a hot way to start your campaign here. And Mariona looking to be a very important piece here for the Laredo Heat as they look to put themselves in a favorable position to go into the postseason. Corinthians would obviously love to steal the 3 points here on the road at the Heat's facility. The Heat will obviously like to defend their home turf here. Haven't played badly here at home. Good closeout here by Kobe Pardon. The Capital will recover. The Wolfman now. Richard Bryan will have it, and the Wolfman will play again. Kenny Unio, connecting play, combination activity. Now we'll switch the point of attack over to Javi Mariona. An effective play here for the youngster, the California native. Mariona will look to fake the shot again, not to the outside now. Off the half turn. Mariona again inside the box. Will look to service it inside. A chance for the Heat. Ball dropped. The Heat with an opportunity. Nobody to close it out, folks. And Corinthians will regather here now inside of their 18. Now on the exterior, El Capital will recover. Denny Cresto will play on the ground, trying to split in between the spaces there, and unlucky as Corinthians will look to get the break again, but the composure and the class here for the Wolfman. He'll poke it back out. Jakob Schnitzler will control, and he'll look to unlock the half-space play over to Conway. Conway with a sliding challenge now. That ball out of play, last touched by the Heat, and Corinthians will have the throw. Jakob Schnitzler on the half turn now. Corinthians with a servicing ball. This one into the box. No one home for Corinthians, folks. A chance again for the Heat to unlock. Colby Pardon now on the touch out wide into the flank. Back to the Sparrow, who's been in a flocking performance as of late, folks. The wingspan the Sparrow has, metaphorically, has been outstanding. 3rd consecutive start for the Welsh Wizard, and the Heat will regather again. Jakob Schnitzler will control over to the Wolfman as the North London native will find the Kobe native. And the Heat looking to unlock channels now. Over to the Dallas, Texas native. This is a former MSU Mustang. Over to the Welsh native. Back again to the Colby native. Look for a big switch incoming, a direct switch of play. And the Colby native will look to poke it back out to the Cardiff. The Cardiff man on the half turn again. The Welsh Wizard will play. Half space activity. Kenshin Unio off the flick again. A chance for the Welsh Wizard to service it inside the poke by Corinthians. And another corner kick coming up once again here for the home side. This one brought to you by Rod's second favorite combo at Taco Palenque. The casero combo. Little beef, some arrocito, una embarrada de frijolitos. You could also change your side. Doesn't have to be fideo for all of us that like fideo in the cold weather. Only February here in Laredo. You can get some refried beans, some charro beans, a little bit of rice as well. The Heat will play short, off to the layoff. Back again to the Cardiff native. Inside the box, a chance for the Wolfman, and this one will be out of play. Goal kick coming up for Corinthians. And the Heat dangerous from set pieces yet again, folks. Been an important part of their game thus far in the season, and they look to continue to be dangerous every opportunity that they get. Ball to the inside. Corinthians again looking for a little bit of combination play. They'll put it into the air. Adam Conway unable to get to it. Corinthians now attacking 3v2. And an open channel on the near-hand flank, folks. The Heat unaware of what's going on this far-hand side. Kobe Pardon getting a scan of the field. Corinthians still with it. They'll get a touch back on the inside. Servicing ball. Big switch incoming. And Kobe Pardon will get the header on it over to the Sparrow. This is Jack Pascoe as a Cardiff native now on the run here. Nice hold of tempo. Nice hold of momentum. Kobe Pardon still with it as he looks to break the half-space action here. Colby, a couple of step-overs. Nicely played now. De bicicleta la pone el de Dallas, Texas. Y Corinthians manda el balón y el esférico fuera del terreno de juego. Viene el saque de banda para el equipo del Heat. Controla el japonés. Busca ahora al brasileño. Sobre el medio campo, el medio terreno de juego. Busca ahora al de San Francisco, Javi Mariona. El travieso la pone adentro del área. Ya los guantes del arquero. Corinthians on the roll quickly now. Over to the flank, into the half space. Combination play. Back to the keeper. And Corinthians is a team, folks. We saw it in San Antonio. They'll take opportunity of their breakaways. They like to play in transition. Foul here drawn against the Heat. Danny Cresto getting whistled for the infraction. They're not a team that's very patient on the build-up. They do like to swing it, but there isn't a lot of movement of the ball, and there's not a lot of interchangeable players within the spaces there, folks. But they're very good in transition. They punished the Heat in the first encounter between both sides in San Antonio. That's the Heat's third game of the campaign. Fourth game, excuse me, of the campaign this year. As Adam Conway will get a touch back on the inside. The Sparrow will have it. Breakaway opportunity for the Heat. He'll look to switch the point of attack over to Mariona. And too much mustard on the hot dog there. Lacking a little bit of relish. This ball finds its way out of play. Recovery here by Adam Conway. Over to the right, the left foot of the Wolfman, Richard Bryan. Defensive stature there. And off the hold again, the Sparrow in control of the round one. He'll share the number 5 with the Wolfman, and over to Adam Conway. Unio on the half turn. Flank play, Danny Cresto, Javi Mariona. The Golden Gate boy. Again up top. Molnar back to Mariona inside the box. Javi with an opportunity. The ball again to cut to the inside, looking for the service. And this one deflected out of play. Last touch by Corinthians. And Mariona is so witty, folks. So tricky to defend. He's a player. I mean, he's like a drop of water on a cracked wall, folks. Smooth between the creases. I mean, he could get in and out of tight spaces. And a wonderful addition to this Laredo Heat squad looking for postseason play. On the throw now, the Heat looking to go long. Nobody home, nobody there. The Heat turning possession over now. Denny Cresto will get the ball back into the box, and Corinthians will regather. Corinthians rotation within the back line. They'll go back outward, and Corinthians again with an opportunity into the half space. Nice first touch turn. Class here from Corinthians from the 2-1-0, from the 2-10 side. The Wolfman, Richard Bryan, looking to break lines again. Cresto with the flick. And Corinthians now will turn it over back to Mariona. The Golden Gate boy, El Travieso, will swing it back again to the Sparrow. It's Jack Pascoe. As he flirts with the half space, he'll get clipped down, and a foul against Corinthians. The Heat will have the set piece inside of their attacking half, and an opportunity here for the home side folks to service and direct the ball. Nothing there from the service here for the Heat. Mariona will get called for the foul. And Corinthians with direct switch of play, goalkeeper activity now for the away side. A chance for the Heat. He gets taken down. Referee says no foul, no contact, folks. I mean, the official is on the field, and I am behind a lift, a fence, not very high on my standpoint. Laredo Heat training staff asking to come on to the field of play. I believe that is the Italian man, the man from Milan, Golacci, on the ground. Obviously, the referee not agreeing with this. I mean, coaching staff not agreeing with the referee not agreeing with the coaching staff. And the Heat there, folks, will not get the decision in their favor. Heat fans upset. Getting a chance to let the official know what's on their mind on a surprisingly, folks, a surprisingly decently cool evening here in Laredo, Texas. We'll get the unofficial meteorology report here. We're at currently 88 degrees, folks. A wonderful evening for a summer night in Laredo, Texas. 52, moderate air quality, to be fair. I mean, it doesn't feel as bad as it reads. Very low UV index, which is very surprising. And there is a little bit of a wind breeze here, folks. It's very soothing, though. For the last week and a half, the air in Laredo has blown hot. Today, a little cooler. So we'll take the temperature change here, folks, in Laredo, Texas. A wonderful evening. Last home game here of the 2023 campaign. The Heat won't get the decision. It's a drop ball for Corinthians. And, well, the game resumes. We'll take this 15-minute, folks. El momento del partido, presentado por LNF. Se lo dedicamos al mejor jugador que ha salido de Zapata, Texas. José Luis González, te mandamos un abrazo con mucho cariño. No te lo di al 10 porque no opino con tu opinión del mejor de la historia, pero al 15 es suficiente. Juega Corinthians, le da la rotación del esférico, busca el cambio por el costado más cercano a nosotros. Viene la oportunidad para el Heat, el balón para Golacci y un poquito demasiado para el italiano. El Heat no concreta con la oportunidad y recupera Corinthians, quien busca ahora abrir el terreno de juego por el lado lateral opuesto a nosotros. Más lejano en su pantalla en la casa, oficina, garage, hotel, no sé, donde nos vea, se le aprecia su participación en la transmisión. Corinthians siendo paciente en esta rotación de posesión, busca ahora el balón por el aire, lo tira hacia el costado, demasiado lejos, y va a volver a darle el balón y la oportunidad a el Laredo Heat. Sobre la media vuelta la tiene Kenshin Unio, Adam Conway la pone en el aire y se le entrega al arquero de Corinthians. Norberto Lima Viera, el portero de Corinthians. Corinthians otra vez sobre media vuelta, busca salir jugando. Busca mover las piezas del tablero del ajedrez. Corinthians otra vez aventando el balón adentro del terreno de juego. Y ahora es ellos quien dominan la posesión del balón por los últimos 2 minutos y cambio. Corinthians de nuevo buscando combinación de un toque, buscando abrir el terreno de juego, moviendo el balón más rápido que pueda cubrir el terreno de juego. En metros terrestres el equipo del Heat. Corinthians va a poner en el aire, balón boleado, balón globeado. Corinthians buscando la oportunidad. El balón sale del terreno de juego y viene la oportunidad del Heat para recontrolar el esférico, ponerle un poco de pausa al ritmo de Corinthians y salir jugando de su propia mitad. Saque de meta para Aiden Haynes. Juega por el suelo, controla el hombre lobo, el inglés Richard Bryan. Ahora el de Dallas, Texas, Kobe Parton, el japonés con un toque. Ahora el brasileño sobre la media vuelta, otra vez sobre el canal en medio. Encuentra balón para Kobe Parton, el Heat. Le van a marcar la falta, la infracción. El árbitro dice que no es para amarilla, que no es para tanto show. Ese acto del circo todavía no se promueve en la pancarta. Y viene el balón parado para el equipo de Corinthians. Corinthians juega en corto, juega por abajo. En el cambio directo. Y ni tan directo, va a ser un poco indirecto. Corinthians busca el balón riflado por abajo, romper líneas, viene la falta, el Heat la gana. Y el Heat busca jugar rápido, el árbitro les pone el alto, les pone el semáforo rojo. Y el Heat ahora vuelve a jugar. De rojo, amarillo y a verde por el costado más cercano a nosotros. Tiempo y espacio para el de Dallas. Busca el brasileño balón filtrado. And it's the Welsh Wizard now. Servicing ball driven into the box. Benson Molnar couldn't knock it into the back of the net. This one high off the mark, high off the target. And Corinthians will have the goal kick as we approach the 19th minute and change of play. The last 2023 match of the season, obviously here at home. The Heat will close out the regular season play here. Again, the Heat depend on one result, and that is on Sunday. But they've got to take care of business in the remaining time that this match has to offer. It's not set in stone here. It's not ready. The timer hasn't hit for the Heat now, folks. Whatever has been cooking hasn't been cooked just yet. It's got a lot of time and a whole match that they have no cards on, folks. No chips within the poker game, no cards on the Sunday afternoon activity. And it could come down to that one game, folks, whether the Heat are in the postseason or not. The Sparrow with it again. Back to the Wolfman, Richard Bryan. He'll one-time it out, this time to Adam Conway. And the Irishman now will find it on the stride. Over to the Wolfman. Back again to Jakob Schnitzler. As the Krasn native will share again with Kenshin Unyo. Interior ball play. Conway now in the up back through. Combination play here active for the Heat. They'll look for the play. And this one is off the field. Heat throw, though, to get things back underway. The flick by the Italian. Colacci over to Benson Molnar now. Ball again into the air. Richard Bryan now delaying the play. Corinthians will go out wide. Flank play now. Good ball to the inside, and the flick by the Wolfman, folks. And the slide there by Aiden Haynes, preventing that one from going out of play. And the roll again, this time to Kobe Parton, former MSU Mustang. A lot of experience on this field, folks. He came here in the fall and is back this summer. One more match here at the TAMU Soccer Complex as the Wolfman will play back with Kenshin Unyo. Off the half turn, Unyo with time and space to drive. He'll deliver it back to Ben Smaller, who looks for the fancy flick. And the turnover of possession now, as Lima Vieira will get a touch. And the clearance now for Corinthians. Kobe Parton will battle for it. He'll get his forehead on it. Corinthians will win the second ball. They'll look to dribble off the third action of play. And Corinthians will regather possession of the round one nicely here on the half turn. Mariona unable to get to it, looking for the switch of field play. And nobody home for the side from the 2-1-0. Heat will have it on the throw, looking for the man from Milan. Back to Benson Molnar now. Both players getting a little bit of chest on it. Again we go, Kobe Parton. Near side flank, half play activation on the half turn now to the Welsh Wizard, who is unable to keep it and gather it. And Corinthians with a chance here. A lot of Corinthians fans, folks, coming into the TAMIU Soccer Complex tonight to support their side as they look to find contention into the postseason as well. So number 4 slot, folks, coming down to a couple of teams. It's Lubbock in first. Lubbock receiving their first loss of the season to West Texas in El Dustico. One of 2 games that those have played. The second will be, I believe, tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. Good ambiance, great fan environment out there in Lubbock. I believe the second game will be played in West Texas. West Texas has a massive stadium, folks, over in Midland. Both teams defeating the Laredo Heat on the Heat's longest road trip of the campaign. And on the half turn again, Corinthians will look to combine and go. Richard Bryan nicely defending this one. Jakob Schnitzer will come to it. And the Heat will watch Colby Pardon share again back to the German international. The one-time pass, Aiden Haynes faking the long clearance, getting a touch, and now driving it over to El Capitao, Denny Cresto, who brings it back down hermosamente. And a good through ball here now by Pardon. The touch there by the Sparrow. Beautiful touch, just not enough field for that to continue. And the Heat will turn possession over as we approach the 24th minute of action here, live from the Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex, the home of the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Celebrating today, the last home game of the regular season. The Wolfman now will get the header on it, but he's going to get called for a foul here as a North London native, unappreciative of the decision there made by the center official. The drive out wide. Corinthians will have it. Into the inside now. Corinthians off the half turn. They'll put it in the direction of Adam Conway, who gets a couple of dribbles on it. Conway will get the clearance now. And the Irishman will give possession back up to Corinthians. 50-50 possession here now. No fouls, no handball, says the official. Vince Molnar will have it on this near-hand side. Molnar, the man from Budapest. It's a Hungarian now with a chance inside the box. He'll get a flick on it. Far post, and this one grazing it like a sugar glaze off a donut, folks. To the far post, and unable to connect there. Scoreless. Up to this point. He'd have had a couple of opportunities. They've knocked on the door. Now Richard Bryan will earn the foul, similar to the foul he was given earlier on the play. And over to Colby Pardon. 50-50 possession. Pardon will throw it away inside of the full moon of the field, folks. And on the half turn again, Corinthians will try to take it from afar, and this one off target. You know, folks, interestingly, with those kind of shot selections, coaches at all levels will ask players, is that a high percentage shot? Is that a realistic attempt? How many times do you take that shot during training? How many times have you repped that shot and have been successful? But to be fair, you don't know if you don't knock, folks. You don't know what's inside the Kinder Surprise if you don't eat the hazelnut chocolate on the outside. So, got to take a shot where you see it. If that goes in, we're talking about a SportsCenter top 10. But realistically, is that a high percentage shot? Let us know in the comments. Half space play. The Sparrow won't have it. The Welsh Wizard was on the half turn now over to Molnar. One-time play and combination activity here for the Heat. You love to see it. Pretty football. Put it on a frame, folks. Over to Javi Mariona, who's been silent here for the Heat. Immediate impact when he comes on. Y el travieso la tiene. El travieso busca la finta. El travieso sigue con el dribleo. Comparte con el brasileño. El balón filtrado. Vince Molnar sobre la media vuelta. Quiere combinar otra vez. El balón sale por el costado más cercano y recuperará Corinthians. Pardon defending here now. El Capitan will apply the second press. El Capitan, the Brazilian, will put it into the air looking for Mariona. And off target there from Denny Cresto. Un saludo con mucho cariño hacia Salvatierra en Guanajuato, que nos ve y nos aprecia. Y hasta cierto punto nos quiere, aunque digan que no. Up, back, and through here for the Sparrow. Jack Pascal will service it inside. Colaci will get it again across, and this one off target. Header attempted there by the man from Milan, the Italian Chris Ngolaci. And a lot of football to be played still here, folks. A lot of time left on the clock for the Heat to try to solve the puzzle. A lot of time to play. The Corinthians will rotate once more. Lima Vieira very active on Corinthians build-up, and he'll send this one near-hand side. Corinthians will bring it back down. Second ball opportunity defended by Colby Parton. Corinthians still with it here. The Sparrow will try to get a flick on it on the near-hand side. And this ball leaves the field of play. It's going to be Heat throw to get things back underway, folks. If the Heat are able to break to get the breakaway here by the end of the first half, the floodgates could open up in the second half. The game will stretch a little bit more. Now, Corinthians can lose this game, folks, regardless of what happens today. If Corinthians takes care of business on Sunday against Austin, the Heat now looking to combine. We'll go back to the topic of conversation. We'll put a bookmark on it. Between the pages, Kenshin Unio will have it. He'll look to open up the field of play. Nicely done to Colby Parton on the near-hand side. Half-space play for the Dallas, Texas native. He'll share on the inside. Well read by Corinthians. And Corinthians will look to break quickly now in the near-hand half-space. Excuse me, this is a flank. And now into the half-space, Kenshin Unio will poke it out of play. And the referee will give the throw now to the away side. So regardless of what happens today, folks, if Corinthians takes care of business on Sunday, and the Heat's playoff hopes are, well, that's what they are. Just a thought, just a desire. But if the Heat take care of business today and Corinthians, for whatever letter of the alphabet, don't get the result on Sunday, then the Heat will look to continue the season. Jakob Schnitzler over to Colaci on the half turn. The man from Milan. No foul, says the official. Play will resume. The Heat wanted the decision. They won't get it. And Corinthians will have it on the near-hand side. Fans getting into this one, folks. Un gol, queremos un gol. Heard from across the corridors here of the shot attempt, folks. And Aiden Haynes off the second save there after the catch. Not really a second save, but a pounce over the catch. And Jakob Schnitzler we'll have it again into the half space. Adam Conway, new man for the Laredo Heat as well, joined about the same time as the Salvadorian Travieso, Javi Mariona. Conway will look to rotate again. Jakob Schnitzer will put it into the air now. Over to Mariona. Flag stays down. Mariona is eligible to keep this play going. Javi la tiene el salvadoreño. Busca el balón filtrado por adentro. And the clearance again, but only as far as the left foot, of Jakob Schnitzer. Flag stays down. The Sparrow is eligible again. The up back through. Nicely played here to the Dallas, Texas native as Colby Parton will have it by the touchline. Colby flirting with the service idea. Corinthians will get the bounce, the flick, the deflection, and the clearance. And now Corinthians looking to break again. The Wolfman, Richard O'Brien, way off his line here now. Corinthians still holding on to possession. They're a tricky side to play, folks. They play well in those tight spaces, unable to gather possession again. And the Heat will send this one out of play. It's going to be Corinthians' throw to get things back underway as we approach the 31st minute of action. Scoreless, no tacos on the plates. Donuts across the board here, folks. Corinthians with a chance now. Parting gets taken down. Referee allowing the game to continue here. Far hand side on the through ball. Flag stays down. Corinthians with a chance now. The service incoming. Corinthians will settle it across the 18. And nobody there to concrete the play. Corinthians still with it. Benson Molnar, defensive work rate. Beautiful here for the Budapest native. And Molnar will play it back to Kenshin Unio. The Heat will go Jack, pass, Sko. The Sparrow will put it into the air, looking for Colaci, who brings that ball back down excellently, beautifully, hermosamente. Over to Mariona. Javi with a chance to cut again to his strong side. Over again to Colaci. Colaci between two gets taken down. No foul. Play resumes. Turnover. Corinthians will regather. And Kenshin Unio will have it again. Unio with it. He'll open up the field of play. Far hand flank. The touch again by Conway. Service curling inside. The Sparrow will look for it. Corinthians will clear it. And Denny Crespo will put it back on the ground. The wall play action. The Brazilian will put it again. Second post opportunity off the field of play, folks. Corinthians again on the rotation here. Build up within their own defensive half. And I can't stress this enough, folks, even though you probably think I could and I've done, the Heat need 3 points today. A draw is not enough to get them into the postseason. Well, activity will resume. The throw here, Corinthians. Bicycle kick pass. Guess that time pretty ineffective. Useless though as the Heat recover. And we'll play on this near hand side with Pardon. Across the full moon here, folks. Over to Jakob Schnitzler. Javi Mariona. A long touch there by the Salvadorian. Mariona unable to keep it. That's going to be a foul against Corinthians. Corinthians not liking the decision. The air on the near-hand side says it's possession to Corinthians. The foul came from the Heat. And now the official is having a change-up of ideas here. Head coach Johnny Clifford not liking the decision. First season in charge for the Scottish international coach. Coaches in the fall at St. Mary's University in San Antonio. Med Escobar, thank you for joining on to the stream. Absolute class player. It's been a pleasure to watch you play your college ball. Wish you could have joined the ranks at the Heat this year. On the half turn again. Trying to find something as a Budapest native. Corinthians will regather. Off the half turn again. Corinthians will look to unlock. And Corinthians now activating the near hand side. The service incoming. Aiden Haynes gets on it though, not enough. And ball still inside the box. Corinthians will get a flick on it. No foul. The referee telling everybody to get up. The Heat unable to catch the breakaway here. Corinthians composed on their recovery, composed on their build-up. Denny Cresto unable to keep possession on the half turn, and the Heat, folks, a bit sloppy as this game progresses into the latter half of this first half of play. Well, let's put it into a different perspective now. If the Heat don't get the result, Corinthians is chilling like a villain. Service incoming now. Corinthians will have it. They'll drive it again into the 18-yard box. A half-turn shot and blocked out by the Heat's congested defense line. And Conway will swing it back over to Mariona as the Salvadorian international now will have it and looking for the through ball for Colnachi. Too much on it again. And the Heat just have to be a little bit more calculated on those opportunities, folks. Just a tad little bit. We'll take this game to give a shout out to Tito's Snacks. Best snack shop here in Laredo, Texas. Tito's Snacks, proud sponsor of the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Rotation again. Kenshin Uno will get the flick back to Bent Molnar, and the Heat unable to gather possession. And they do so now off the half-hearted clearance attempted by Corinthians of San Antonio. Colby Pardon with a chance to send it back again. The Wolfman, Richard Bryan. Back over to Denny Cresto. Beautiful rotation of play here now. Conway from afar. Le dolió. Sóbese porque le dolió. Yo veo desde aquí que va a necesitar un Biggs Vaporub. On the throw, Conway will recover. And Conway's got a trigger, folks. That shot from afar, from distance from Adam Conway is a dangerous one. Would not like to be on the receiving end of a shot like that. The Wolfman, excellent clearance here, folks. No foul again. Corinthians with an opportunity on the break. And Corinthians looking to unlock, and the good defensive tackle here. Once again by Colby Pardon. The Heat now looking to break away here, looking to find a little bit of a quicker pace on the activity. They've got to be patient, folks, but they've also got to put a little bit more pressure there on Corinthians, especially in transition. And Jakob Schnitzler will have the touch on it again. The German international back to the Brazilian. This is Denny Cresto, former St. Mary's Rattler with the program for years. And Jakob Schnitzler passing it over to Corinthians. And that's rare to see from the 6'4", second leading goal scorer, third leading goal scorer, second leading goal scorer at this point, folks, for the Laredo Heat. This 2023 campaign. Midfield unlock ability here. Flag will go up. The first offside of the evening, I believe, against Corinthians. The offside brought to you by Stuart Title. The Sparrow. Wolfman now. Denny Cresto. Half space play, Adam Conway. Unio over to the Brazilian. Back again to the Budapest native. Kenshin Unio. He take a shot from afar and, well, kind of the first couple of drops when you haven't opened the Manguera in a while. Lacking a little bit of potency there. Not enough pressure. The up back through attempted here. Schnitzer will put it back on the ground over to the middle. Kenshin Unio, one-time play. We go back to Colby Pardon as the Heat. Just under 6 minutes of play in this first half of the regulated 90, the opening 45 minutes of play. And the Wolfman will string it back out over to Jakob Schnitzler. Very dangerous aerial player here for the Heat. Would not like to defend a set piece against the 6'4" framer, the German international. Javi Mariona on the half turn again. He'll play it back, and the Heat looking to play the way they face, looking for combination play. Edge of the 18-yard box possession once more. Mariona from side to side. He'll turn it back again over. And el travieso sigue sin poder hacer de las suyas. Parece que está bien portado el día de hoy. Adam Conway back again on the inside, and the full moon of the field, folks. Depending on your perspective, it could be the full moon or it could be the Luis Miguel of the field of play. Puede ser el sol. Conway on the receiving end from Richard Bryan. Back to Colachi on the touch now. Benson Molnar, Kenshin Unio. Quick combination play now. Conway one time back out. Javi Mariona, the Salvadorian Travieso. Service inside. A chance for the Heat, and this one cleared by Corinthians. Only as far as Colby Pardon will get a touch out wide now. Pardon still on the inside. The Heat fans wanting the call. The referee says not enough contact, not enough aggression. And the same play the other way. Heat regained possession. Denny Cresto back to Colachi. Colachi will look to put it into the air. Corinthians will clear it deep in, well, not deep, but inside of their own 18-yard box, deep within their half. Pardon back to the Sparrow. Jack Pascoe, the Welsh Wizard, onto the inside again. Half-turn play here. Denny Cresto, El Capital, the Brazilian native. Half-space unlock ability now. Over to Conway. Conway will get the service inside. Colachi with a chance, the header. And this one is off target. Rare sight to see from the man from Milan. And a goal kick incoming here, folks, for Lima Vieira. And this Corinthians side who's playing, well, to be fair, when they have it, folks, they are pretty patient in transition. They just look to go quickly. But they have a lot of numbers behind their half here as they, again, they suffice with a draw today. The Heats are the ones that need the decision. Corinthians is chilling. Richard Bryan over to Adam Conway. Too much sauce on the turn. And the Wolfman will get taken down. Richard Bryan drawing the foul for the Heat. Play will resume quickly. Kenshin Unio back to Conway on the half turn again, and he'll try to unlock the near hand play over with Denny Cresto from Colby Pardon. And Cresto was on the adventure, on the touch forward by the flank. And again into the half space. Colby Pardon now over to the Sparrow. This is Jack Pascoe with the Kobe native. And over to the Mustang. It's Colby Pardon. El Potro. We're going to find Benson Molnar. Corinthians will have it again as we approach the 43rd minute of the first regulated 45. I don't think there'll be too much added on it. Maybe a minute. I don't think as of now it'll be more than 2. Heat there now with Pardon. A good chance here now. You win it in their own half. You got 8 seconds to get a shot off the chance. Now Javi Mariona for inside el travieso. Goal! Laredo, el travieso ha despertado, hace de las suyas. Corinthians sin solución y Javi Mariona, 3 partidos consecutivos con golecitos del joven. Y el travieso anda peligroso. Pónganle doble ojo, pónganlo en la cuna. El travieso anda ocupado, tiene las manos completamente ocupadas. Y Corinthians ahora con un poco de trabajo, el resultado les favorece. El trabajo de Corinthians se juega el domingo, pero el Heat teniendo que encargarse del resultado del día de hoy. Gran paso aquí antes de que acabe la primera mitad para Mariona y para el Heat. El marcador lee 1-0 favor Heat. El balón sale del terreno de juego. Colache able to gather possession there. Found the field of play. And the Heat will get the decision in their favor. The Heat will have it again. High ball now. Chance for the Heat again once more. This is Colache. Colache! Into Lima Vieira's hands. A chance. This time it's from El Capitao and it's off target. As we've reached 46 minutes almost of play. No official word yet on how much is added, but the Heat will... No word on how much time the official will go here into stoppage, but the Heat will be content, folks, with a 1-goal lead at half. They're not suffice. That's different. They're not complacent. They're content, but that's about as far as it goes. They need more in the second half of play here, folks, because the tie is still a 1-goal away here as Corinthians will try to speak of what we're talking about, looking to bewitch the Heat here on the road. They'll turn it over. Kenshin Unio, smart IQ play from the Kobe native. As Colby Pardon will have it back on the ground. Denny Cresto with an opportunity off the half turn. The Heat still with time to play. The referee, no chance. And doesn't look very suspicious that he'll put the whistle to his mouth just yet. So play will resume. Adam Conway with a chance now into the half space. Across again to the middle. El Capitao, the bumper pass. Controlled here now again by Kenshin Unio. Kenny-san! And over again to Kobe Pardon. It's the Kobe native with an opportunity for the Heat here on the build-up here, late into stoppage time here for the Laredo Heat at the TAMU Soccer Complex. The Wolfman playing straight out of his home field turf, right at the full moon of the field of play. Jakob Schnitzer servicing ball driven. No chance for the Heat there. Cleared out by Corinthians. Adam Conway unable to gather possession here. Corinthians will have it on the break. The referee not even getting a glance at his whistle. Kenshin Unio unable to gather possession just yet. The long chance now. The Wolfman, Richard Bryan. This one, the chip, the shot, and off target, wide of the goal. Corinthians could have felt like that was the one. That was the opportunity. That one is off target. 47 and a half. I never get the stoppage time correctly. I will stop guessing, folks. We're going to the 48th at least. I said no more than 2. We'll go back and check the instant. Aha! 48, folks, just shy of it. First half officially in the books. The Heat with a 1-goal lead. El Travieso haciendo de las suyas. And the Heat with an opportunity here to go into the half with momentum. A good chat here at halftime. Heat fans into the game. Lovely occasion here at the last home game of the 2023 MPSL Lone Star Conference campaign. Regular season in Laredo, Texas. Don't go anywhere. The Heat will be back in a quarter of an hour. 15 minutes. And we'll see you for the commencing part of the conclusive half of action, all live from the TAMU Soccer Complex. Don't go anywhere. The Heat return. Next! Back to the TAMU Soccer Complex, folks. Second half, 40 seconds under, well, 45 seconds underway, 3/4 of a minute. And the Heat will control the possession here. They went into the half, folks, with a 1-goal lead. And Mariona will have it on this near-hand side. Conway looking to play the bounce pass. And now Corinthians will send this one out of play. Defended nicely by Jakob Schnitzler. And the throw now by Conway over to the man from Milan. Colaci will fight for it. Possession here for the Heat. Colaci with it. The through ball attempted nicely to the Sparrow. Jacko inside the box. The Sparrow now able to create something off the half turn. He gets taken down. That's a fair challenge, says the official. Corinthians will poke it out of play. The Heat will have it off the throw. And Ben Smolner didn't like the throw. He'll send it back. Corinthians will control it off the throw. On the half turn again, Ben Smolner will recover. He likes his possession. He'll flick it into the air, looking for the posterior run of the Sparrow. And Molnar will get it off the clearance attempted by Corinthians. Denny Cresto with an opportunity. El Capital will play it across the middle, back to Conway. The Irishman will swing it back into the direction it came. Over to Denny Cresto and back out to the Dallas, Texas native. This is Colby Pardon. El Patro. Pardon will look to go outside on the half turn again. Corinthians will regather. Transitional moment here for the side from the 2-1-0. On the stride here, Corinthians trying to create as well a little chaos off their own. This one into the box, a chance for the away side. Corinthians in the box! And the clearance, the deflection, and the safety play by the Laredo Heat. They'll send this one out of play. Corner kick coming up for the 2-1-0. Son de 45 minutos las mitades. Obviamente acaba la primera en 45 y el segundo empieza de 45 en adelante. Pero son 90 minutos en total. Se juega hasta el 90. Service incoming. Aiden Haynes will get both gloves on it as he fists this one out of danger. The California native goalkeeper. Consecutive starts here for the Laredo Heat. This turned into the #1 option for Raul Guillamon and the coaching staff for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. And the ball will be played near hand side. Conway will look to drive, look to split, and this one for Mariona. Lima Vieira will catch it inside of his 18, and a chance to regroup here for Corinthians. They'll touch it back out, flank play into the middle, line breaking ball. Corinthians combination play quickly now on the half turn. The Heat, no one to press just yet, giving Corinthians the space to drive it forward. They're getting the line shifted, but that's as far. A good switch of play now. Corinthians with a chance. They'll drive it inside the box, and this one close to the second post. Corinthians still with it, unable to get out of that. That's no bueno from the Laredo Heat there. The ball on the far hand side, and Pardon will gather it once more here. Corinthians again on the stride and well read, like a Dr. Seuss book by the Wolfman, folks. on the stride once more. It's Kenshin Unyo. He'll go out wide over to Adam Conway. Conway will flirt with a chance now into the half space. And again across the full moon of the field. Back to El Capitao. Adam Conway receives. The Irishman will touch it back out wide to El Potro. Inside service. A chance for Lima Vieira on behalf of Corinthians to catch it. Routine pop fly for the shortstop. Right between third and second. And Corinthians will have it off the roll again. Long aerial ball here by Corinthians, and Aiden Haynes will go from 18 to 18 here. And he'll roll it like a spare to the far hand side with Pardon. Inside ball now. Kenshin Unyo. Back to Pardon. And over to Aiden Haynes. Out wide again. Jakob Schnitzler. Inside ball. Adam Conway. Back to Kolachi. Back to goal. Kolachi turning it over. Back on the inside. Jakob Schnitzler will get to this one first. Conway will settle it across again. And the DGC now penetrated by the Laredo Heat. On the run. El Capitao. Denny Cresto on the stride. Out wide. The Heat go. I'm looking for the combination play. The Sparrow unable to connect there, but that one deflected by Corinthians. And the Heat will have it off the throw. Kenshin Unyo cross again through the inside, looking for Conway. Conway will find Benson Moeller, who gets taken down. Look like a tough push there. Moeller seems to be okay, able to get up and fight here for possession. Conway will get a touch on it once more. And with the Travella pass, we'll find el travieso. Mariona viene el servicio. Mariona con el dribleo. Y sale el balón del terreno de juego, pero el travieso. Hay que ponerle dos niñeras. Hace de las suyas aún viéndolo. And Corinthians will look to play quickly on the far hand side. Kenshin Unyo will have it off the half turn and into the stride now. Unyo will unlock here for Mariona. Two! Laredo! El travieso! Sin palabras, Javi Mariona, the Salvadorian international folks, up to mischief and wizardry. And Javi Mariona, talk about efficiency, folks. The amount of goal contributions in games that this kid has. The Golden Gate boy. Unreal play here from the 18-year-old Salvadorian international. And the Heat with a 2-goal lead in the second half. And this could very well turn into Javi Mariona's show at the TAMU Soccer Complex. The play, though, off the through ball by Kenshin Unyo. I mean, you're talking about throwing a needle into a stack of hay and watching it go the other side as clean as a whistle, no pun intended, to the referee. Today's match. Corinthians has work to do, though, but again, for the nth amount of time today, the result doesn't matter. Corinthians can need to take care of business on Sunday. No pressure on today. They can come down to the Sunday matchup. And as long as Abid Austin, great through ball on the far-hand side. A little bit of a stretch, though. The service ball incoming across the 18. And the clearance now by the Wolfman, Richard Bryan. So North London native sends this one out of play. Off the half turn again, the Heat with an opportunity. Kenshin Unyo will have it over again. The Heat will control the Sparrow. Jacko Pasco now. And the great touch by Unyo over to unlock the Sparrow's ability here. And a feathering attack now by the Laredo Heat, courtesy of Jack Pasco. Denny Cresto with a chance to open up the field wide. And el travieso la tiene. Bicicletas, el servicio hacia adelante. The chance for the Heat now. It's a chance for the Heat. And off the second volley attempt. This one off target. And Corinthians here, folks, I mean, they're just gasping for air as we speak. It's like when you go scuba diving and the water gets inside the scuba tube and all of a sudden you're breathing water. Corinthians in a panic. Mariona on the overlap now for Conway. Exciting connection that they have on this left-hand side of the attacking side of the field between the Irishman and the Salvadorian Golden Gate boy. Well, the referee here applying the yo-yo rule. Can't really throw it a couple of yards ahead of where the ball went out of play. Gotta go back to the point of that ball last touching the inside. Well, the point where it crossed the sideline, to be fair. Corinthians will gather it again over to the far hand side now. Combination play, maybe, for Corinthians. They'll look to drive it inside. The interception now by El Capitão. And like a spy, just cutting the passing lanes, folks. Research done by the Brazilian Capitão, controlled now by the Wolfman. This is Richard Bryan on the far-hand side. Over to Aiden Haynes. The California native will swing it back near-hand side. Jakob Schnitzler. Adam Conway, the Irishman, over again. Kenny San Unio over to Colaci, who will try to beat the man off the half-turn here. And off the decoy play, Corinthians looking to cut the deficit in half, looking to go from being down 2 to being down 1. And this one thrown away by the side from the 2-1-0. And on the stride forward again is the Heat. I mean, if the Heat don't get a third, folks, I would be shocked. But if Javi Mariona doesn't get another goal contribution, my jaw will... Well, no need to continue. This is from Conway. He could pull it from far. Conway! And a chance for the Heat off the rebound. And Lima Vieira making it happen. This one for Benson Molnar. Unable to get a shot off. And Conway, folks, if you give the Irishman a yard of space, that is 2 feet and 9 inches too much of it. Conway showing why he's a class act on the field of play. Corinthians looking to slow down the tempo here. It's been majority Laredo Heat in the second half. Corinthians with a couple of opportunities, but their final decision on the final ball, not good enough just yet. Corinthians will look to drive through the middle now. A very dangerous, very different side, from what we saw in the 4th game of the regular season in the 2-1-0 by the Corinthians side. Play out wide again. The service this time, far hand side, and Corinthians will give possession back up to the Heat. The Heat will have it in the form of a goal kick. And the first tactical adjustment, folks. So much for what I just said about Javi Mariona getting another goal contribution. He'll come off the field of play with a half hour to spare. The Golden Gate boy, El Travieso, off the field of play. Coming on to his place, number 21 from Henderson, Nevada. It's Mr. 777, Hayden Prasad. Prasad now playing on the overlap. Over to Kenshin Onyo. Inside ball. Controlled again by Benz Molnar. And now to Denny Cresto. The service now by the Sparrow. Out wide again. The Heat go. And a servicing ball to the inside. Now out wide. The Heat. Combination play. Not active just yet. The Sparrow being patient, folks. It's like choosing the right worm in the morning. Early bird gets the worm. But the story never ends up right for the worm, no matter how early or how late he gets up. Jakob Schnitzler will open up the field of play. Mr. 777, Prasad will go inside. El Capitao, chipped ball, looking to find Benson Molnar, looking for the Flico Lachi. Made a good run through the backhand side. And the ball will be played over to the Wolfman. Richard Bryan will put it into the air. Gravity will do its part. One destination. Afterwards there for the sphere, for the number 5, the FIFA-approved selective ball that makes this game go around in the Lone Star Conference of the MPSL. Most poetic and at times unjust sport in the entire world. Nothing but love. And at moments, a little bit of hate. Late on the tackle, that's against Benson Molnar and the Hungarian. Pretty upset there, folks. And with all right being. Tough challenge there on Benson Molnar, and Benson Molnar would look for revenge on this next opportunity, folks. This set piece brought to you by one of Laredo's favorite sponsors, L&F Distributors. A servicing ball, Denny Cresto into the air, receiving on the far hand side is Corinthians. A half volley attempted for Mr. 777, and that one is out. Out and out of play. Goal kick Corinthians coming up as we have 62 minutes of play here gone through already at the Tamu Soccer Complex. Resumes. Corinthians will have it in their own defensive half. The individual play here, play with fire. You get burned the heat there. High, but ineffective on the press by Comanche. Lima Vieira will put it into the air again. The chest of Jakob Schnitzler. Back to Mr. 777. It's Hayden Prasad on the 1v1 situation. Prasad looking to flirt now inside of the box. Back to Colachi. Colachi will open it up again. Not enough on it. And Corinthians with the clearance. Back to the Sparrow. The Sparrow will put it inside. A chance for Prasad. Off the post. Ring the bell, folks. Like the end of a boxing match. That one. Bell's rung. The third. And the opportunity for the Heat. Unsuccessful there. Prasad can't believe it. It's like rolling 7-7 cherry. So close. But not a winner. Hayden Prasad, former member of UNLV. In that very, 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 very highly rated select few of players from the UNLV program that have played here in the previous years. Starting with Memo La Chispa Diaz in 2018, now pro. Gabriel Claudio, the sugar man. Servicing ball, far hand side. Schnitzler again, and Corinthians put out of play. Back again on the inside, and Lima Vieira will catch it. So going back to our conversation, folks, former UNLV players making their stride and impact here at the Laredo East Soccer Club. In 2018, Memo La Chispa Diaz, who is currently in the Oakland Roots, folks. Professional soccer player now. Then in 2021, I believe, it was the Sugar Man, the Sugar Bandit, Gabriel Claudio, now a professional soccer player as well. And now it's Hayden Prasad, Mr. 777. Right now, Laredo Heat current player. Again, a chance now off the fake. Beautiful, folks, like rolling 7-11. Servicing ball into Lima Vieira. And the roll now by Corinthians. Very, very open space in that mid-park, folks. Corinthians obviously defending with enough numbers, but they've got to have enough numbers up top as well. So when they get it in these rare instances, they have something to play with. They have zip ties to connect and pull. And as of now, it's been nothing for the away side. The touch here by Conway. The Irishman gets taken down. The sliding challenge from behind. No cards as of yet. To be fair, no challenge has seemed or deemed worthy of him. But Colby Pardon will have it. El Patro. will send it inside, and possession given away into the hands, literally, and now the feet, I guess, of Corinthians. Switch of field play now for the side from the 2-1-0. Corinthians looking to play on the ground now. Unofficial meteoric report here now, folks. The clearance now by the Wolfman. Not too far, though. Ball still inside of dangerous territory against the Heat. El Capital will regather back to Ben Smoller, the one-time play. Playing the way he faces, effective and eligible to open up opportunities for the Laredo Heat as they try to play quickly and they try to play on the break. Molnar will play it once more, this time to the Sparrow. This is Jack Pascoe. No sign of the Heat going to the bench to make an adjustment yet again. And over to Kenshin Unio. Kenny-san. The layoff back to Pascoe, over again to Colaci, unable to gather. Colaci gets taken down. Extracurricular activities, a high forearm here, folks. But here's my issue. No need for the extension of the forearm. The referee sees the play, and all there is a conversation. Center official, you might as well log on to MSN Messenger. Let him know your thoughts through a chat. Well, back to the unofficial meter. Back to the weather report here unofficially. Temperatures on the drop again. 6 degrees from when we last gave the report about 40 minutes ago. Now 82 degrees. The wind picks up every once in a while, but not too consistently. But a beautiful night out here on a summer evening full of romance and poetry and love and beauty. On the soccer field here tonight. Kobe Parton now with a time and touch out wide, out of play. Corner. Well, excuse me. Throw-in, not a corner. Throw-in. Well, now adjustments to be made. The Heat will go to the bench. Coming off the field of play, number 15, the Hungarian, the man from Budapest, Benz Molnar. Mercedes-Benz. And the Sparrow, Jack Pascoe, will make way. In comes number 19, Jonathan Mayen. And Dennis Herrera, El Catracho. Cresta will look to play quickly. Ball again on the ground. This one out of play. And time for a throw in here. He will have it. Colaci out wide again. Over to Nicola Greco, who also checked in here, folks. A moment to go for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Half-turn play. Flank activity now for Corinthians. Looking to stretch the field of play. No foul, says the official. For the integrity of the game, I'll argue it, but it favors the Heat. Herrera busca cambiar el terreno de juego y encuentra sobre el medio campo a Mayen. And again to Conway, over to Jonathan. On the stride here, Jonathan over to Colaci. On the servicing opportunity. A chance for Kenny Unio. Off the beautiful dribble now. Unio! Blocked out by the Corinthians defense. On the inside now, Corinthians. Half-turn play, edge of the 18. This one out of play. Goal kick, Laredo Heat. So the Sparrow checks out. Benz Molnar checks out. In comes El Catracho. Dennis Herrera. Mr. 777 Hayden Prasad. Jonathan Mayen as well. Kenshin O'Neill on the dribble now. Back to Adam Conway. Conway looking to flirt with an opportunity. Back to Denny Cresto. Cresto will have it. He'll try to share with Colachi. Backing on the far hand side to El Cadrancho. This is Dennis Herrera. Unable to gather it here. Well, Corinthians will get blocked by the effort of Herrera. El hondureño no puede recolectar la posición del esférico, pero el esfuerzo que hace para recuperar la redonda ha sido excelentemente magnífico y muy apreciado por el equipo de Laredo Heat y los aficionados aquí en el Tamu Soccer Complex. Ball again settled across. This one controlled by Mayen. Jakob Schnitzler. Half-turn play. Kenshin Uno. Colby Pardon. Herrera. Denny Cresto. Jonathan Mayen. Adam Conway now. Conway with a servicing ball. A chance for Colachi, unable to get to it. And this one cleared out by Corinthians, but not out of play or danger just yet. Into the half space, though, in their own 18. And settled now by Corinthians. A little more patience, slowing down the tempo. A touch on the inside. Herrera will apply the press here. Corinthians will regather. They'll swing it within their back line now. And the Wolfman, Richard Bryan, will get a header on this one. As this forehead clears the ball, but not of danger. Denny Cresto in control now. He'll swing the field, looking to find the direct switch, and that ball not there by El Capitan. And again now, Corinthians will have it. Good little forward touch now on the through ball attempt at this one out of play. Corner kick, Corinthians. Corinthians look to service it inside, cleared out by the Heat. Wow. Servicing ball, far post play. No one home. Corinthians, too much on it. Well, Corinthians will have it. Excuse me, the Heat will have it. Whoa! Jakob Schnitzler will settle across once more. This is Aiden Haynes. Back to the Wolfman. Inside ball. One time out by Unio. And on the stride of El Patro. Dennis Herrera on the stride forward. Near hand side, Jonathan Mayen. Over to Adam Conway. A lot of distance. Conway can let it. Conway's like a multi-purpose firework, folks. You're looking for a calm show? Adam Conway. You're looking for something electric? Adam Conway. You're looking to spark it from afar and watch the magic play? Adam Conway. Threw a ball. Flag goes up. Flag stays down. A chance for the lead. Colachi! Goal! Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. The Heat getting called for the offside. A play looked eligible to me. Flag had gone up, then went down. It's like playing that Mario Party game from Mario Party 1 where the sidemen are on the side and you got to raise the flag. I mean, the official here, not sure on the decision, raises it up, puts it back down. The center official looks at him, says offside. The play might be eligible. We'll look back at it. And now Corinthians on the stride forward, and Aiden Haynes just measuring like a tape. Able to read it through. Adam Conway takes a seat on the field, hoping the Irishman is okay. The Heat might have to make another adjustment, and in comes the change. So correction on the substitution, folks. Nicola Greco did not come on the field of play just yet. He's still watching the game from the touchline. Well, folks, we'll take this time to remind you that there's only one destination online, one destination on the World Wide Web for everything Laredo Heat related. That's at www.laredoheatsc.com, where you can find a direct link to this year's roster page, schedule, this year's Lone Star Conference standing, this year's exclusive stories for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club, and of course a direct link to the fan shop page where you can buy all sorts of goodies. Laredo Heat Soccer Club, to represent your favorite team from the 956 wherever you may be around the world. You can also find the direct link to the Laredo Heat Youth Academy here in Laredo, Texas, the best academy in Laredo, Texas, folks, where the development and the love of the game is put before results, folks. It's all about the players falling in love with the ball, exploring their opportunities through the development of sport. And it's a wonderful opportunity, folks. So you have a young loved one, folks, whether it's your brother, your sister, your niece, your nephew, your grandson, your granddaughter, your cousin, your godchild, I mean, whatever. The Laredo Heat Youth Academy provides an opportunity for him to find the love of the game, to find the love of sport, obviously through there's the teaching methods, through a little bit of discipline, obviously encouraging everything around the love of the game. So a wonderful opportunity in Laredo, Texas, the Laredo Heat Academy, licensed coaches. I mean, we're talking about a very good academy and a very good program here, folks. So, again, if you have any questions, make sure you log on to www.laredoheatsc.com to get an opportunity at it, folks, where you can contact the Heat and obviously ask any questions that you might have about the Laredo Heat Academy, folks. You can also find us on every social media platform. You can follow us on Twitter, give us a like on Facebook, watch our stuff on YouTube, and of course, subscribe or hit the little plus sign on the TikTok, folks, as Corinthians will have a look to switch it. This one blocked down again by El Potro, and Colby Pardon will find it on the stride back to El Capitan. So that's at Laredo Heat SC on every social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube, folks, at Laredo Heat SC. Daily media content being uploaded. I mean, a bunch of good goodies, a bunch of good content, folks. So make sure you drop us a follow, give us a little interaction, and of course show everybody that you are indeed a friend of your Laredo Heat Soccer Club and Academy. Ball now over to Colaci on the through ball attempted, back out wide. Mr. 777, this is Hayden Prasad. He'll play by the corner flank sector on the half turn now. Prasad still with it, looking to dance. Pónganle la música, la rola que le gusta, un poco de reggaetón. Puede ser clásico el asunto. Viene la infracción, balón para el Heat. And don't forget, folks, let us know where you're watching the stream from. We love to interact with all the fans from around the world. Let us know where it is that you are supporting your favorite team from the 956 from. Just, let us know how far the reach for the club has gone this year, where you're watching from, how far the Heat go in terms of reach. And, yeah, let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? We love to interact. Love to send shout-outs. The Heat with an opportunity now from the corner flag. This one directly on the goal line now. And on the service, curling inside, a deflection now over to the Wolfman. It could be his first. Richard Brying will try to get possession going here. And the Wolfman on the defensive end of the play here. Corinthians will look to play out. Richard Bryant will get a challenge. All ball in a class play from the North London native and the Wolfman, folks. howling through the defensive play. Mr. Siriaco, a pleasure to have you on the stream. Love, a lot of love, a lot of shout-outs out there. Menifee, California, I believe it says. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning tonight's match out. We appreciate you joining us on the last 2023 regular season home match in this campaign here for the Heat. We'll go to Nicola Greco, who checked in moments ago. Greco now on the stride forward. Nicola gets taken down. Referee says, again, all ball, no foul. Heat fans arguing it. The referee made his decision. One overturn it, one overrule it. Can't veto that. And Corinthians will put it into the air once more. Gravity will do its part. Over to the forehead of Jonathan Mayen on the far-hand side now. Corinthians will get one more flick on it. The sliding challenge on the far end. And Prasad wins the throw in here for the Heat, as the Wolfman will share over to El Potro. Back again we go. Kenny Unio. Kenny-san. Well, the official Aiden Haynes fan club tuning into the match. Riverside, California tuning in. Consistent members of the streams. Fans from Riverside, lovely to have you in once again. Thank you for all of your support the entire season and supporting your Laredo Heat from the West Coast. We hope your stay in Laredo was very good as well, very pleasant. You did come probably during the 2 hottest weeks of the summer, but hope it wasn't too heavy on your stay. This ball serviced on the inside. And Aiden Haynes getting all 10 on and all 8 fingers and both thumbs. Infraction called here by the official. Class goalkeeping by the California native. Ball will play. Corinthians will have it again. Over to the far side. They'll drive it. We have less than 8 left in this regulated 90. The Heat in control, lead it by 2. Heat fans would love a third. Rod would love a third, to be fair. A chance now for the Heat. Dennis Herrera con la oportunidad. Viene el balón filtrado. Colachi. ¡Gol! Colacci back on the line, the man from Milan, the Italian stallion, Chris Colacci putting his name back on the score sheet. And the lights will read, Colacci back on track, Colacci back in goal-scoring ways, contributing with the class that the man from Milan, with all the experience, 10 and 10 last campaign, hat trick this season. And to close out the 2023 campaign at home, in the last regular season game of the Laredo East Soccer Club, gets his name back on the lights, gets his name back on the scorecard. Colacci with another contribution on the goal. That was his last activity. He'll come off the field of play. And in comes number 9 de Saltillo, México. Entra Gabriel Cámpora al terreno de juego. Ojalá meta gol el de Saltillo. Colacci, though, folks, his contribution and the sacrifices that the Italian the man from Milan has made to this club in the last 2 campaigns, not just admirable but respectable. To be honest with you, one of my favorite human beings that I've got a pleasure to work with. An incredible work ethic, fantastic respect to what this club is and to what the achievements and the goals of this place are. And a player that just puts it all on the line night after night, trying to make things happen for the benefit of the club. And just one of my favorite players. The through ball now for Cámpora. Cámpora la tiene, la quiere poner de la zurda. Y Cámpora quiere actividad recién entrando al juego. A huge shout out to Wales, to Barry Wells. Thank you so much for tuning on to the stream tonight. Thank you for being with us, Miss Pasco. And thank you for staying up on what I am very sure is close to 3 or 4 in the morning over the Atlantic. So thank you so much for joining the stream. We appreciate every time you tune in and every time you interact with all the posts. Thank you for being a fantastic fan member of the Laredo East Soccer Club. Corinthians now facing a 3-goal deficit. The Heat would love a fourth. Can we get it? 4 aces across the board here, folks. This one swung directly near flank play. And Corinthians will look to dribble it out. Inside ball now. This one over to Aiden Haynes. Heat's number 1, able to just gather it, put some calmness on it, give it a little bit of coolness. Speaking of it, the winds picking up here in the 956. And this one, playing it over to Kenshin Unio. Kenny-san, back again we go. El Capitao, Denny Cristo on the half turn. Nicola Greco, one-time pass. It's time to Jakob Schnitzler. And Schnitzler will play again, this time to Cámpora. La tiene Gabriel, quiere darse la media vuelta. El de Saltillo, le marcan la falta a su favor. Se queja porque quiere la líder, la ventaja. Y no puedes comerte tu pastel si sigue en el horno, mi Gabo. Paso a paso, poco a poco. Le falta un poquito de harina. Viene ahora el balón filtrado. Nicola Greco con la oportunidad. No puede mandar el servicio. Encuentra a Mayen. Mayen la quiere. No hay falta, dice el árbitro. Y el Heat sigue buscando el cuarto, buscando el póker. Jakob Schnitzler sobre la media vuelta. Batalla, requiere la posesión del balón. Y viene la falta en contra de Corinthians. El equipo buscando defender su resultado aquí de ida. Va perdiendo por 3 goles. Jakob Schnitzler just getting a talk to here with the official. A couple of words just to communicate the action on the field of play. Just less than 4 minutes, well, 3 minutes now left to play on the field of action, folks. Heat fans chanting on this one, 3-0. The Heat looking to go to the line once more. The Wolfman will watch the remaining 3 minutes and change of this game from the bench. Richard Bryan will come off the Wolfman. Another brilliant individual, folks. A pleasure to have him in Laredo this summer. Will come off the field of play as a North London native. Will watch the remaining 3 minutes and make way here for the Yokohama native in Katsuki, Hashimoto. And this one over to Mayen. Mayen looking to control possession of the round one here. He'll look to give a little bit of work ethic now and look to get possession again. Corinthians will have it near hand side. They'll flirt with a long ball now on the ground into the half space, on the half turn. They'll go to set of the cross. A 50-50 opportunity, and Mr. 777. Prasad unable to gather it. They'll go back far hand side. Corinthians into the flank now. And they'll put it into the air. Hashimoto will sell it back to El Potro. This is Kenshin Unio now from the pass by Kobe Pardon and into the stride of Denny Cresto. El Capital with an opportunity here to see where we're going. Onto the air again. Flag stays down. The Heat unable to get to the long ball here. They'll go aerially unsuccessfully, and Corinthians will regather possession. Half space play on the far end side of the field. Now again to the middle. Still in the half space. Penetrating dribble now. Attempted by Corinthians. They'll settle for a ball out wide into the flank. And now again to the middle. Corinthians looking to rotate here. They'll sell it across. Unlucky there not to get the ball and bounce. Y Campora en un 1 contra 6. He'll feed back to Kenshin Unio. Patience play. Denny Cresto on the stride. He'll settle it back to Herrera. And over to Nicola Greco on the near hand flank. Unio on the turnover, driven into the feet of Corinthians. The Heat will try again from afar out of play off the bounce, and Corinthians will have it in a goal kick. Less than 30 seconds left in this matchup here for the Heat at home. But a lot to play for with Corinthians still, folks. They have a chance to make the playoffs if they get the result. A chance for the Heat now. Herrera on the stride, trying to win possession over. And Corinthians wins it. That's a foul against the man from Honduras, and a yellow card at that. Referee. No comment. So again, folks, a lot to play for on Sunday. Keep an eye out on that one. Between Austin and Corinthians. The Heat defeated Austin United last weekend. And now they depend on a result from them against Corinthians this weekend. Ball on the throw now. Corinthians looking to gather it once more. The Heat on the half turn. Mr. 777, Hayden Prasad on the stride with the roll, with the step. There's a clip from behind. The referee will not stop the play. He'll let Corinthians have possession. The progression will continue. And we have about 91 played. Jonathan Mayen over to Kenshin Unio. Back to Cámpora, la tiene el Gabo, la tiene Gabriel de Saltillo, busca combinar, busca un poco de apoyo. Y el hit. No dándole la opción ahí. Otro jugador con el tengo una gran amistad y mucho respeto. Al que le tengo mucho respeto. Gabriel Cámpora. Solamente cosas buenas para decir sobre el mexicano. Half-turn activity now. The sliding challenge from Mayen, unsuccessful, but Jakob Schnitzer unable to win possession over, and Katsuki Hashimoto. Nice play there by a Yokohama native to give it to Mr. 777 over to the Henderson native as he's able to keep possession of the round when we're going over already to the 92nd minute of play. I don't know how much the referee will give you, but anything is very welcomed here in the last home game of the 2023 campaign. If I had not mentioned that previously, you're just tuning in, well, there you go. Half-space activity on the drive forward now by Corinthians. Jonathan Robledo, yeah, FCB in the house. Upland, California, tuning in as well. A lot of support for him again. A shot now from afar from Herrera, looking to surprise Lima Vieira. Folks, that was the last activity. This game has concluded 2-0 in favor of your Laredo Heat. And playoffs is out of their hands now, folks. It doesn't depend on the Heat anymore. Austin United need to come through for the Laredo Heat, for the Heat to continue into the postseason. Make sure you tune into all the social media platforms to hear it from then. The official word of what happens. A lot to play for on Sunday. So make sure you tune in and stay up to date. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And then we'll swing things over, folks. On behalf of the Laredo Heat in this 2023 campaign, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to all of the streams. Thank you for supporting everything that we do out here in Laredo. It's been a pleasure to try my best to give you a little bit of entertainment as we watch the most beautiful sport in the world. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so much for your interaction. It means a lot to us here at the Heat. On a personal behalf, thank you so much for providing me an opportunity to do what I love to do, to follow my passion and continue to find the love that I have for all of this involved. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of your support. Damas y caballeros, Laredo Heat busca la jugada en postemporada, pero no depende de ellos. Esto dependerá del resultado del domingo entre San Antonio y Austin. A veces uno tiene que ver desde afuera, ver desde la grada y depender de un resultado, y esto le pasa al Heat. En otro tema, algo personal, les damos las gracias por unirse a las transmisiones y apoyar a su Laredo Heat. Les doy las gracias por todo el apoyo que nos han brindado durante la temporada y por darnos la oportunidad de seguir haciendo lo que más nos apasiona y por darnos la oportunidad de seguir buscando el amor hacia el deporte del fútbol. Thank you so much again for tuning in, folks. On behalf of myself, our producer who's been fantastic the entire season, Mariela Gonzalez. My name is Rodrigo Marina. Yo soy Rodrigo Marina. Y por la última vez, and for the last time in this 2023 campaign, from the TAMU Soccer Complex, because we could go to Lubbock or we could go to Brownsville later. Thank you so much for tuning in. You all have a rest of your blessed Friday, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.